What's going on, y'all? It's the Griot. Y'all know what it is. I rarely drop these videos. I need to start doing more of it just to get my narrative across. Shout out to the new voices of black media. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, POV Hilarious D, Professor Black Truth, Harvey at Your World, Nicole's View, Jada Black, Torian Rain, and Phil from the Advice Show, the African Diaspora. A couple things I wanted to get across, and a couple things I wanted to lay down so the people know where I'm coming from completely. First of all, let's get into this thing about race in America. It's a really big thing. It's a big social elephant in the room, but it's a very obvious elephant. That doesn't just start at the top. I mean, it starts at the top, the power structure of America, American government, the racist policies, benign neglect, and so forth, but it filters down to the ranking file. I had one of my white friends I've known for over 20 years tell me that, hey, everybody's not against black people. And that was very interesting because, you know, I pretty much just made a point to him that, look, the music that's coming out now on the radio, especially in hip-hop, you got a lot of non-blacks pretty much doing blackface. And they claim that they're so serious and no, they really doing real music. These dudes are doing blackface. The majority of them, of the non-black rappers. These dudes are parody and they're getting paid off of it. And a lot of times what will happen is these major labels have subsidiary labels. And a lot of times what's happening is they're funding these ignorant groups that are coming out. Because I'm telling you, if hip-hop was where it was at back in the 90s, how politically strong of a voice it had, how it had a message of positivity, it was real rappers that really could rap, producers that can really produce, the quality of music, even in R&B, was soulful. The hip hop was real, and that's not to say that they didn't make fun music, party music. That was done too. And you had your corny music then, but it was far few in between for the most part. A lot of the things that you heard on the radio was good music. Now everything you hear on the radio, and what was on the radio, a lot of them were foundational black Americans. Shout out to the ADOS. Now you turn on the radio, and a lot of the mainstream artists are non-black and are doing blackface. And these labels are funding these dudes that are so-called even on the underground. They're being funded to push an ignorant narrative and make hip-hop, eventually, if they let them have it, that the hip-hop will be, it won't have a black face anymore. It won't have a black face, and R&B won't either. Because a lot of these artists that are so-called at the top of the charts are artificially put there, for one. Number two, they're done by non-black folks. And I'm not saying that if you're not black that you can't do can't do rap or hip-hop. A lot of these non-artists, non-black, foundational black American artists can't sing and can't rap. That's just the reality of it. Now you're seeing a lot of emergence of a lot of the white rappers basically doing blackface. It's the modern version of blackface. But going back to my point, the racist government of America wants to make sure, it's very important for hip-hop, the voice, how hip-hop used to be, how politically strong it was. It's important to the white racist power structure that hip-hop be saturated, muffled, watered down, and niggified. Because if it had the same voice as it did back then in the late 80s and early 90s, the political structure of America would be different in favor of black folks. it would be a lot different. That's why they had to throw in gangster rap artificially promoting these albums. Now, that's not to say gangster rap doesn't have a place, but it was saturated. It was saturated with that you saw the message starting to get away from speaking to our liberation in America, because that's what early hip hop did. It was liberation rap. Even the party songs was liberating. So that's basically, I'm here in South Sacramento, Midtown Sacramento right now, chilling at the park, you know what I'm saying? But that's basically what's going on. And even on a social level, black folks are, the whole goal is to replace us. Even on social levels, they're trying to replace us. And these non-black people in America, most of them, have that attitude when it comes to relating to us. Trying to move us out the way, trying to replace us in our own neighborhoods. And the thing about it is, we have to take charge, and we have to start checking these people. Because to a large point of it, it's up to us to do that. It's up to foundational black Americans to, even on a social level, to let these people know, this is mine. No, you can't do that. No, that ain't cool. We need to stop searching for approval from non-foundational black American groups. We don't need their approval. We don't need their approval. We have to be unapologetic when it comes to our power and our position in the world. We're the builders of this thing. We're the builders of this thing. So, and we're not getting the respect that we're owed and due. I'm gonna end it right there. Kind of an overall outline of, the social climate in America. It's more racist than ever now. And Trump is letting a lot of white folks feel comfortable with coming out and being outright with the racism like it was in the 50s and 60s. And a lot of people try to carry this narrative. A lot of liberal whites in particular try to say, hey, that was a long time ago. It wasn't a long time ago. It's now, because the great-grandpas and the grandpas of these racist, non-black groups have passed that down to them. Their grandpas and shit say nigger. The great-grandpas say nigger and share that same attitude. So we have to do better with self-aggregating our economics and self-aggregating socially. Peace to the ADOS family. Hashtag Tangibles 2020. Hashtag ADOS. Hashtag First Them. It's the Griot signing off. Y'all check out the new album coming. Threshold is coming real soon. Rigorous Routine out after that in 2020. But Threshold will be released before the end of the year on all major music platforms. The Griot Build is out now. Check that out. All the rest of the music, just Google me. The Griot, DA_GRIOHT. And you'll see all my music come up. Check it out, y'all. I'm going to catch y'all. I'll probably drop another video within the next week. Maybe in about 48 hours, depending on how my schedule is. Peace to the family.